Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Vinland Saga. Last time around we had the Battle of London Bridge, where basically there was a battle at London Bridge. London Bridge, surprisingly, did not fall down. Could you believe it? It goes against everything that the ancient hymns have taught us, but London Bridge did not fall down. What did fall down was Thorfinn, forcibly, when he was slammed down into the bridge by Thorkel, who was maybe a bit outclassing him. So, yeah. I think this is why in wrestling they have different weight divisions. I said that knowing nothing about wrestling, so please don't ridicule that too much if that was completely wrong, but anywho, so Thorfinn, that was his new task, was to bring Askeladd, the head of Thorkel. Didn't work out, dislocated his shoulder, broke his ribs, everything was bad, but now he has a goal to strive for, which is eventually he will beat Thorkel for real. So, yeah. Anywho, that was pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Vinland Saga. Here we go. Alrighty. So, the plan? There is no plan. I mean, in a sense, in a cosmic sort of way, there is. Like, the plan is that Thorfinn is going to have to go face Thorkel again, you know? Because he wants the duel. So, yeah, it's really not a plan. It's just, let's just go do it. It took me a sec, too, when he killed the guy, and was like, well, wait, if you're going to kill him, why kill him when you're still going to go attack anyway? But I understand now. It's like, oh, we don't want any help. That's an interesting thing. So, man, this one started to get deep in the era of Twilight, just before Ragnarok in 1023. Well, sitting here quite literally 1,000 years later, gonna say it doesn't happen. But that's an interesting thing. I wonder, like, can I look that up without, like, spoilers? Like, let me see if I can, Judgment Day 1023. Hang on, I am not connected to the internet. That's a problem. Okay, apparently there was a Judgment Day of 2023, but it was mostly about the WWE, so I don't think that's it. I don't think that's what Askeladd is referring to. Okay, no, I'm not getting anywhere with that, so. Great, absolutely amazing. Alright. So, Judgment Day, when the trumpets sound. We're at least gonna go out in a blaze of glory. Granted, again, it seems to be 10... Or wait, did he say 10 or 20? Did he say 10 or 20 years? Dang it. Because if he said 20 years, that would be 1033, not 1023. Dang it. Am I gonna look like an idiot? I just heard 20, and that's what it equated to, probably. Well, let me look that up. Judgment Day 1033. Oh my god. I was 20 years off. Dang it. Alright, well, I found something on Reddit, so clearly this is going to make a lot of sense. Oh, okay. So, this is on r/askhistory. Again, I'm sure this is very noteworthy. In reference to the end of the 1,000-year reign according to the Book of Revelation. So, by that logic, it would be 1,000 years after the death of Christ. Which, if he was 33 years old, and the year he was born was year 1, then it would be 1033. And someone went on a long thing about Gregorian calendars. Someone put, Honestly, you can pretty much choose any year, and you'll find some Christians somewhere preparing for the end times. Fair. Okay, so I was 20 years off. Look, it's first thing in the morning. I'm tired, okay? I'm very tired, so he probably said 20 years, so that equated in my head to 1023, but it would be 1033. That's still 20 years off, and he's like, well, better go die, you know? Oh, boy. But that was interesting. I also like, too, the way they talk about it, because, the way they talk about it is, oh, this is what the Christians believe. In 20 years, God will kill all people and destroy the earth. And Thorfinn relates that to the Norse mythology, which would be Ragnarok. So, man, Judgment Day, it's a good name. Ragnarok, much cooler. I gotta say. Granted, I don't know. Okay, which sounds cooler? And I don't know if this is a good example, but Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which is a great title, or Terminator 2 Ragnarok. I don't know. I guess Judgment Day, but we're so used to Judgment. We've had Judgment Day, Terminator 2 Judgment Day for 30 years, so... yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anywho, is Canute actually going to do anything? I'm still just going to call him Canute until I figure out otherwise, but is he going to do anything? Because, man, he does nothing. They've teased him for 3 episodes now. We haven't even heard him say a line. I don't know. I feel like they're hiding something about Canute, I feel like they're hiding something about Canute, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's not a prince. Maybe he's actually a girl. I don't know. We haven't heard his voice, and he has very long, luscious hair. Granted, if Thorfinn just used conditioner, his hair could be like that too, so not a good example. Thor's also had very long, flowing hair, so again, get some Maybelline. It'd probably work out too, so. And Canute is not like, the rugged Viking men, He's a prince. So it could just be the royalty in him. Makes him appear a bit more feminine. But again, we've barely seen the guy. We haven't heard a line from him, so. And now he's just been captured by Thorkel, so. There is something interesting, I don't want to say, I don't know. It's interesting when it's you have the King of Denmark and Canute, and they're both kind of mysterious, Canute probably more so, but even, the King, it's he's always kind of shrouded in darkness and stuff like that. I love, though, that, most of the news comes from Thorkel, this big old doof, I just love that. Just anytime they cut to him and it's he's a threat. He's definitely a threat, but he's also goofy. He's goofy as hell, so. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. But we had Thorfinn, the dream of Vinland, where he's with his father and his mother and his sister, and everything's nice. Everything is the way it should be, His father's doing good stuff. His mother's getting better. His sister is still complaining about not having a slave, but they never owned a slave, so she needs to friggin' get over it already. I love that that's specifically in his dream, too. It's she's still complaining about that, but. But again, it's I like Thorfinn, subconsciously, he's literally trying to tell himself to stop what he's doing, because he is so hell-bent on revenge, He is so hell-bent on revenge, but he really shouldn't be. He really should not be. And his subconscious is literally trying to tell him this through the words of his father, and he won't listen, So, It's just such an interesting thing. I've now described this show to other people as Attack on Titan crossed with The Lion King, crossed with Vikings. Like that's what this show is. It's Attack on Titan plus The Lion King, Except instead of Simba being raised by Timon and Pumbaa, he was raised by Scar, He was raised by Scar, but not like, oh, he's brought up to do Scar's bidding and become Scar's, apprentice or something. It's like, no, he's fully aware that Scar killed Mufasa, Spoiler alert for The Lion King, I suppose. So, but then we got that talk between Askeladd and Thorfinn, which was interesting. I like how they say, it's like this, all these stones and everything, these columns, these weren't made by the Saxons. They were made by the Romans. The Romans were destroyed by the Saxons. Now we will destroy the Saxons, and eventually someone will destroy the Vikings, Time passes, and that's an interesting thing. And the Romans, they were already, like, they're not from there, they're from Rome. They were taken out, what is it? It's not, I guess maybe just the Britons? I don't know. What's it called? The Gauls? I can't remember, but it was Caesar specifically. Caesar went to, well, I guess he also conquered France too. I can't remember what it's called. Dang it. I have a bachelor's degree in history and I can't remember things for crap. Granted, the last couple of years I've just been doing this instead of anything to do with history, so let me just look up the Gaelic Wars. Yeah, Gaul. Yeah. Well, okay, so Gaul, which was present-day France, Belgium, Germany, and Switzerland. Yeah, and the Britannic. Yeah, the Celts, basically. So before the Romans were the Celts. The Romans destroyed the Celts, basically. Destroyed, but conquered them, basically. Then the Saxons destroyed the Romans. The Vikings will destroy the Saxons. Someone's going to come along, and that's just the passage of time. And it was interesting talking about that, even if, and it's an interesting thing, too, because when they talk about Ragnarok or Judgment Day, you have to think, like, do they even actually believe that, Because, this is a Christian belief of Judgment Day. They equate it to Ragnarok, but still, it's like, do you think the two of them actually believe in that? And I don't think they particularly do, but I think it's like, well, hey, carpe diem, live in the moment. And for Askeladd, that's, hey, we're going to go and we're going to face Thorkel, just the 100 of us, So that was interesting. I like that. It's like we're in the twilight, we're in the era of twilight. And isn't it... And I like how he says, isn't that ironic? Dawn in the era of twilight, The twilight of the world. The last chapter before Judgment Day. The trumpets sound. So yeah, just very, very interesting stuff. So yeah, we're headed back to London Bridge, because we're going to reclaim Canute. And we're going to defeat Thorkel, which will be really interesting. So yeah, really, really good stuff, and I'm excited to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Vinland Saga reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.